A Vietnam War veteran recently told me that their fire teams used to use the loom on their watches in order to keep up with each other in the jungles at night. I've been inspired by military watches as of late, vintage ones in particular. So I've made a few vintage military-inspired builds. This is the first of three, so let's check it out. Greetings, fellow watch nerds, and welcome to another breakdown of a mod. This one, many of you can probably already tell, is a bit of an homage to the Benrus Type II tactical dive watch. Those of you who do not know that, Google that and take a look at Benrus Type I and Type II. These were U.S. government commissioned watches for Vietnam era dive teams. What you'll find when you see it for the first time is that you'll either think it's totally awesome or you'll think it's totally ugly. Though, if you're in that second camp, I almost guarantee that within a short amount of time you'll come around to thinking it's totally awesome. I actually am in that second camp. I thought it was a weird-looking watch at first, and now I think I want one bad. What do we have here to start with? This is a Seiko 5 from the 1980s, a little lesser known Seiko 5, the 7002-7010. I stumbled across it some time ago. I actually just got this case by itself because I happened to have a 7002 movement I thought I'd put in there. That didn't come around to doing that, and then recently got inspired to do this build. So let's kind of break it down. So once again, starting off the case, this is the 7002-7010. Original bezel in here. The dial this is actually an ETA Benrus Type II type dial that I got, and I had to trim it down to fit on top of a 7S26 movement, which is what's in here now, not the 7002. The 7S26 fits just fine in cases for 7002s, and it's not a problem as long as you don't have to have a date window, because it would be off given that the crown is right at 4 and not at 350. Going on, the hands actually came from a different watch that a friend of mine purchased. He didn't really like the watch, but he kept the movement from it and sent me all the other bits. So these aren't really an aftermarket hand set that I could point you to. However, if you're interested, ladder hands, which would be more appropriate for the Benrus Type II and Type I homage, are available from both DLW and Dagaz watch, and both are very, very high quality. The crystal on this is an acrylic crystal. It is specifically the Angle-Tite crystal. If you're interested in acrylic crystals, the Tite crystals, so the Angle-Tite like this one, the Diver-Tite, Magnet-Tite, and there's one more I can't remember off the top of my head. They're all meant for dive watches. They're pressure fit using a regular crystal press, and have a pressure ring on the inside of them that are meant to keep these watertight. So that's what that comes from. The bezel insert here is a funny story. I couldn't find one that quite fit with this crystal because these tight crystals tend to be a little bit wider in diameter than the stock Hardlex crystals. So I had to find an insert that would fit. I couldn't, but I happened to have an old one-piece aluminum or steel, I'm not sure, bezel from a skin diver, a cheap dollar skin diver from the 70s. I ground down the whole bezel until it turned into a bezel insert, basically. You could probably see that it's a little bit imperfect, and I will probably upgrade that in the near future, but I think it really fits the look. It has that kind of mill sub type bezel look. The bezel, as you can see, turns very easily, and that's because I need to find a good bezel gasket for it, which would tighten that up a bit. But in any case, and I finished the whole thing off. With this khaki Nato strap that I got from Cousins UK. They have tons of great accessories and bits and things for watches. So there it is. This is the first of my military-inspired builds. Kind of a Benrus Type II homage. I think it has a very cool tactical look, and the size is just right for a military watch. So yeah, let me know what you think. Cheers.